So now let's discuss about how to calculate the cash flow from investing activities. Investing activities are those activities which are related to the buying and selling of the non-current assets of a company, right? Suppose if you are purchasing any plant, any machinery, or you are investing money for a long period of time in any of the company, or if you are suppose you are buying shares or debentures of any company, means your company is purchasing shares and debentures of some other company. Your company has purchased any asset, your company has purchased furniture, your company has invested into, you may say, mutual funds, or your company has purchased any tangible or intangible assets, then all these things will come under the category of investing activities. So in short, investing activities are related to the buying and selling of the long term assets of a company. Now we need to check what kind of flow an investing activity is making. Like suppose if you have purchased a land, then it means that the cash is going out of the business, right? So you need to show this purchase of land in negative. Why? Because it creates outflow of cash. Similarly, suppose you have sold your machinery, then the amount of money is coming into the business, no? So this transaction leads to inflow of cash in the company, so it will be treated as a positive transaction. Got it? So it means negative transaction means whenever due to buying of any non-current assets or due to investing money in the shares and debentures of some other company, if the money is going out of the business, then it will be written on the negative side, and if money is coming in the business, it brings inflow of cash, so it will be on the positive side. Now apart from this, as we have discussed in the previous topic also, that is cash flow from operating activities, that what we have to do, like suppose if I have invested money somewhere in the shares of another company, then I'm going to get dividend on this investment, no? So this dividend received is an is a non-operating income. ठीक है, नॉन ऑपरेटिंग है, so that's why you subtracted this non-operating incomes from net profit in cash flow from operating activities. But the same you have to add, right? But the same I have to add in the cash flow from investing activity. Why? Because this dividend received is an income which is generated from the source which itself is an investing activity. If I have purchased shares of some other company, then it is an investing activity. If I am receiving dividend on the same, it is also an investing activity. Similarly, if I have purchased debentures of another company, it is an investing activity. If I am receiving interest on these debentures, then it is an investing activity. So it will be added in investing, but it will be subtracted in operating, because both interest and dividend received are not the income are not the incomes which a company earns from day-to-day normal routine activities, right? So we need to do the treatment here. Now one thing I would like to tell you, that to calculate the purchase or sale of non-current assets, whether it is a land, plant, machinery, building, anything, or even investments, what we have to do, we need to make an account, right? First of all, we make account and then we'll calculate the purchase and the sale. Now when we would come to know that we have to make the accounts in the question, it's clear when some additional information is given to you related to that particular asset, then you have to make an account first of all, and only then you can find out the sale and purchase. Directly you can't find out the sale and purchase. Got it? But if no information is given to you as an additional information, then simply by looking into the previous years and current years data, you can find out the value of sale and purchase. I repeat, if some additional information is given related to that particular non-current asset, then you have to make an account to calculate purchase and sale. But if no additional information is given to you, then you can find out the value of sale and purchase directly. So let's discuss one question. Okay, take out page number 6.37 of your books. Page number 6.37. Let's discuss question number 22. Read the question. Question is, we have to find out cash flow from investing activities from the following information. As I told you, this point in operating activities also, that first of all we have to check our current year and previous year. Here 2015 is written first and then followed by 2014. So here 14 is the previous year and 15 is the current year. Now the first item is investment in shares of Miko Limited. It means that your company has invested in the shares of Miko Limited. So it is an investing activity for your company. Then 12% long-term investments. It means that your company has invested money in some investments. So it is a investing activity for you. Then plant and machinery and goodwill is given to us. Now read information. It is 9% dividend was received from Miko Limited and a machine costing rupees 50,000, depreciation 15,000 was sold for 40,000, right? So I was talking about this sort of additional information. Like here, plant and machinery is a non-current asset for us and some information related to plant and machinery is given to us in the additional informations. So what we have to do? So to find out the value of sale and purchase of plant and machinery, firstly we need to make the plant and machinery account. So let's discuss about that. See, let's firstly discuss about the format of plant and machinery account. Plant and machinery account is an asset, right? So all the assets are having debit balances. So this is the debit side and this is the credit side. Every one of you knows that what items are to be written on the debit and what items are to be written on the credit side. You know about it. Still for the revision. If an asset is having a debit balance, then its opening balance will be written on the debit side. So opening balance means to balance brought down, we will be writing on this side. And on the credit side, we are going to write its closing balance. So buy balance carried down on this side. Now suppose if due to any transaction, the balance of plant and machinery increases, then you are going to record the transaction on the debit side. If due to any transaction, the balance of plant and machinery decreases, then we are going to record the same on the credit side. So see what those transactions are. Suppose if I am purchasing the plant, then what entry will I pass? Plant and machinery to bank, right? Now with this purchase, the number of machineries in the company will increase, so this purchase will be on the debit side. As I've written to bank, so it indicates purchase. So same way, if I sell off my plant and machinery, then this will be on the credit side. I write by bank account and this by bank indicates sale. Got it? Now suppose if due to depreciation, the value of plant and machinery decreases, then the depreciation will be on the credit side. I'll write by depreciation account. Now because of sale, either we can earn profits or we can incur loss, right? So suppose if we are incurring losses, then I write by profit and loss account. It represents loss. And if we have incurred profit or earned profit, then we'll write to profit and loss account. It represents profits. So these items will be on the debit and the credit side. And apart from these items, no other item will be asked in the exams also. So what you have to do before making the cash flow statement from operating activities, you need to make the account of the particular asset whose additional information is given to you. So like as in this question, some information is given to us now. So let's make that. First of all, let's make a plant and machinery account. Okay, read the question. See, plant and machinery, opening balance and closing balance is given to us. Now from where to find out? It's from the information which is given to you. One small extract of balance sheet is given now, where the value of plant and machinery in 2014 was 4 lakh and in 2015 it's 6 lakh. So 4 lakh becomes the opening balance. So I'll write here to balance brought down 4 lakh. And closing balance is also given to me. So I'll write by balance carried down 6 lakh rupees. read what information is given to you. It is written that a machinery costing rupees 50,000. It means कि सब machineries में से 4 lakh is the total cost of all the machineries in the beginning of the financial years. Now out of all those machineries, I have sold off only one machinery whose cost is rupees 50,000 and depreciation on that machinery is 15,000. It means out of all the machineries, we have sold off a machinery for rupees 50,000 in the market and depreciation on this particular machinery only is 15,000. So it means the written down value of this machinery is 35,000 and we have sold off this machinery, or you may say 50,000 is the cost of the machinery at the time of its purchase, but we are selling off this machinery after some time. So जिस दिन आप sell off कर रहे हैं उस दिन उसका value है 35,000. So now you have sold off this machinery in the market for rupees 40,000. It means an item of 35,000 has been sold. Sold. So you will write here by bank account 35. By bank account you have sold off this machinery for rupees 40,000. No? So by bank 40,000 because you have sold off. Now an item of 35,000 has been sold off in the market for rupees 40,000. So it means that you have earned the profit of rupees 5,000. So profit will be on the debit side. You will write here to profit and loss account 5,000. Now read the next line. Next line is depreciation charged on this machinery 55,000. अब यहाँ ये जो बात की जा रही है, this depreciation is on the is on all the machineries which a company is having, right? This 55,000 is the depreciation on all the machineries, right? So we have to write here by depreciation 55,000. Right? We are not going to record this depreciation because this machinery is not with us anymore. So this depreciation is on the leftover machineries. So now let's total it. It is 6,95,000 and 6,95,000. Now see, but it's this side it's only 4,05,000. So we need to find out some balancing figure. So 6,95,000 minus 4,05,000 is 2,90,000. Now balancing figure is coming on the debit side. So you can check from this extract also which three items come on the debit side. First is opening balance. We have the balance. Next is two bank purchases and the third is to profit. Profit we have, so it means this third item is purchase only. So I will write here to bank account purchase. So now we have to prepare the cash flow statement showing investing activities. Okay, because I told you that before solving the investing activities we have to make the account. So now let's make the account. Format will be this: cash flow from investing activities, details and amount. Let's start from this account only. Here the first item is balance brought down. We never record to balance brought down in investing activity. Next is to profit and loss account. This 5,000 represents profit, and profit on sale of any asset is a non-operating income. So if you remember, you always subtract this amount in operating activities. Then the next is purchase of an plant or machinery, right? So this purchase is an investing activity. So we are going to record this in investing activities. I will write here purchase of plant and machinery. We have purchased for 2,90,000. It means cash goes out. So it is a, it represents outflow of cash. So I will write this in brackets, represent negative items. Then the next is buy bank. This item represents sale of the machinery. So just like purchase, sale is also recorded here only. So I will write sale of plant and machinery for rupees 40,000. It will be written in positive because it brings cash in the company. Then the next is by depreciation. Depreciation, you know, is a non-cash expense. It has to be added, but in operating. It has no place in investing activities. And the last is by balance carried down. So just like the opening balance, we don't record closing balance here. So it means that by now we have done only the treatment of a plant and machinery account. Now let's read the next item which is given to us in the question. Next is 12% are long-term investments. Last year it was 5 lakh, this year it is 1,50,000. You can check in the question. So it means that we have sold off the investments of rupees 3,50,000, and by selling off the investments of rupees 3,50,000, cash comes in the business. So it will be written in positive 3,50,000. This shows sale of non-current investments. Then it is a plant and machinery, the treatment we have done. Then the next is goodwill. You can check. Goodwill, last year it is 40,000, this year it is 1,20,000. So it means that the value of goodwill has been increased. Okay? So whenever the value of goodwill increases, it shows purchase of goodwill. And as goodwill is an intangible fixed asset, so the just like plant and machinery, जैसे हम उन्हें ट्रीट करते हैं, the same way we are going to treat the goodwill as well. So now जैसे आपने plant and machinery purchase किया था, so you wrote the amount in negative. Similarly, if I am purchasing goodwill here, so I'll write purchase of goodwill rupees 80,000 in negative. I'm going to write this way. Got it? Now next, read further. Next is investment in shares of Miko Limited. Last year 8 lakh, this year 18 lakh. It means that we have invested rupees 10 lakh more into the shares of some other company. So that has to be written in negatives. Why? Because the cash has gone out. If I invest money somewhere, then cash goes out from my company. So this amount will be in negative. I'll write investment in shares of Miko Limited. Now just check the next item. Next is 12% long-term investment. Now as I told you that whenever this sort of rate of interest is given to you in the question, no, it is a kind of hidden adjustment. So now if it is 12% investment, it means that we have received interest at the rate of 12% on the investment. And I have already made this point very much clear to you that in the current year, we receive interest on the investments made in the previous year. So in this question, investment in the previous year is rupees 5 lakh. So it is 12%. So it means that we have received interest at the rate 12% on rupees 5 lakh. So we have received interest of rupees 60,000. Now interest received brings cash in the company. So this interest received will be in positive. This point we have already discussed in detail in cash flow from operating activities. Now one additional information is still left. It is 9% dividend was received from Miko Limited. It means that we have received dividend. जैसे ये इंटरेस्ट रिसीव किया तो ये इंटरेस्ट आपने ऑपरेटिंग में माइनस किया था, तो सो द सेम वे आई एम रिसीविंग डिविडेंड एंड इट इज अ नॉन ऑपरेटिंग इनकम ओनली. So I have to subtract this dividend in the operating. I have to subtract this interest in the operating, but both will be added in investing because investment and dividend और interest ये जो भी चीज़ें होती हैं इनका जो source है वो खुद ही एक investing activity है. Now dividend you have received in the current year, you will receive the dividend on the investment being done in the previous year, right? So in the previous year you invested rupees 8 lakh in Miko Limited. So as per 9%, the dividend received becomes 72,000. So you will write here dividend. So now these three items are in negative, rest in positive. So you know how to solve it. After solving, the answer comes 8,48,000. But this answer is coming in negative, right? So what word we are going to use? So I'm going to use the word cash used. Cash used in investing activities 8,48,000. So I hope this clear is question.